My Unbreakable pledge just arrived. I couldn't wait to get into static. Cracked open a box, jumped into a game, barely read his gear lock sheet, and expected to make it past a couple days. And to nobody's surprise, I got smashed. That's probably not gonna matter because right now, Troll Sage is gonna beat me up. Well, I think that was kind of a disaster. I just couldn't get static going. Yeah, this gameplay went to shit. So I went back to the drawing board and made the perfect plan for a soloable static build. My goal was to use this perfect path to static success to a T and not waver whatsoever, to make it all the way to Gavenkog and try not to get smashed. Then this happened. Of course. I'm down to 4 HP. If he rolls double twos, game over. If he rolls anything else but double twos, game over. I win. Cue the slow motion roll. But that is not how the story ends. All right, here we go. We're going to start our journey. Day 1, special encounter. Mirwat kept a bunch of cybernetic augments in her workshop in the event she or someone else needed to be mechanically brought back from the brink. The bulk of the attachments were used to put Gale back together following a Tyrant attack. There's still a few odds and ends left in the back room. Perhaps they can still be put to good use by a skilled craftsman. These infrared goggles are interesting when connected with the algorithmic engine Mirwat was working on. They could be used to analyze and predict certain baddie attack patterns. With a little elbow grease, these things have potential to be a work of art. So here are our choices. Choice number 1. These goggles are more spectacular than expected. Don't have to battle on either of these. One gives me extra loot. Persistent until the end of day 5 as a party. Look through the 1-point baddie active stack and choose one baddie to place on this card. The first printed skill on this chip is suspended in non-tyrant battles for all baddies. When this card's persistent effect ends, place the baddie from the card into the defeated baddie stack. Cool specs are no substitute for a good workout. Respect the hustle. Each gearlock increases their lowest stat by 1. I love that. All right, lowest stat is attack. That is beautiful. That helps later on. I'm definitely picking number 2, and you also get 2 training points. So now I'm gonna go and try to train defense. Oh yeah, hit it. We're off to a good start here. And then we are going to train perseverance. We want to take advantage of those defense getting knocked off of our gear lock, which will add to possible attacks. So that's great. All right, I can scout now on recovery. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Stench 2 and careless, 5-point baddie, or 1-point baddie, 5 health. If I had range, I might keep that one around, but I'm gonna go ahead and skip that. And also at the end of my recovery, I can roll for my innate. 3 defense die, I get to keep the bones, so we'll take that and we'll move on. Here we are in day 2, antisocial climbers. The ropes down to the rest of the break are extra wobbly today. A look down reveals the reason. Rather than waiting for the prey, they come to them. The enemies amassed below have decided to climb up here. This is untenable. Clearly the baddies of the break need to be taught a lesson about who's in charge around here, or at least around this particular patch of land. Should the fight take place on gearlock turf, or will a hop on the ropes shake a few foes loose? We're going into battle either way. Number 1, take the home field advantage, BQ baddie points. Gearlocks are immune to lava damage. That gets me a treasure and then also the 2 training points. And the number 2 option, the rope can't take much more weight. BQ baddie points, and the maximum number of baddies that can be on the battle mat at the same time is equal to the party size. I'm going to go with the loot. I don't really see much of a drawback there. We could always use some loot, right? First baddie is Bridge Troll with Taunt on a Bones. 4 health, melee. Second up here, this is an old friend. Careless, Thick Skin 1. This is our Troll Brute. Another another melee position here. Both are swinging. This one with careless is probably my secondary target here. And I'm 4, so I get to go first. I am going to go right here, and I'm gonna target Bridge Troll. I'm gonna roll 2 attack and 1 defense, so inner piece won't go up here, but I want to try to get some damage on the board. That's been my problem the entire time. Crowd control, damage on the board. I'm not messing around here. Let's just move through this. All right, beautiful. Good roll. Hits for 2. I will take that. I'll take that all day. All right, Bridge Troll is going to go. Deal with taunt if he rolls bones. We do want him to hit us and knock off that defense because that will take perseverance up. No, yes, he does hit, knocks this off, gets defense, no bones, so we don't have to deal with taunt at all. And when he does that, perseverance goes up. And now here, 1, 2, can't do anything else. Actually, it'll roll its defensive die. And there you go. Okay. Round 2. All right, I want to keep swinging. 2 attack, 1 defense. Let's go. Obviously, Bridge Troll is my target. Hit for 2 more. This is exactly how we want to keep going with this. Fortunately, all that does is knock off his defense. But I did get that defense, so. All right, it's gonna roll at me again. It's defense and attack. Ouch. Okay, so it knocked this off. Persistent goes up. I also lose 1 health. And it gets defense. Okay, now we have to deal with this. Troll Brute's going to roll 1 at me. It's going to hit me for 2. It's starting to look a little bit tough. All right, so now I'm going to switch strategies here just a little bit, I think. Although, no, I got to knock this one out. I can't deal with 2 right now. I'm not strong enough. I have 3 decks, 2 attack. I'm going to tick this one down, perseverance down, to get a 3rd attack. This is a bit of a Hail Mary, but let's see what we can do. All right, got him. So boom, and then easily knocks out Bridge Troll. Now we just have Troll Brute to deal with. He's gonna throw some attacks my way. Can't knock me out yet this turn. So let's see. Bones, careless, hits itself. That's good. I believe that's true damage. That's what we needed. Round 4. I'm gonna go. I guess I'll use 3 attack once again. Or do I use defense and try to build up? It might be smart, because inner peace and persistent don't go down, to use all of my decks on defense that allow me to uptick inner peace twice, and then those defense will presumably be knocked off here by Troll Brute. If I roll a bones, I can also energize and electrify, so it's down an attack dice. So we're actually gonna do that. We're gonna try to play the long game here. Oh wow, okay. Quite a bit of defense. He'll go, he'll continue to swing at me and knocks off 1. That's actually what we want. I forgot to tick up inner peace twice because I only rolled defensive die. Perseverance goes up 1 because he knocked off defense die. All right, we're gonna be in fatigue here pretty soon, but I think that's fine. All right, I think enough is enough. I have defense already out there. He can't get through either way. Maybe I gamble on fatigue and I keep rolling. Oh, I can't just roll defense. I only have 3. I have to roll 1 defense and 2 attack. Okay, we'll do that. That's fine. We'll go after him. All right, I'll take the bones. I will take this to knock off that, and I'll take another defense. Just trying to preserve myself. I'm going to spend 2 bones to energize, which I take knuckle zappers up once. I'm immediately going to knock that down to 0. I'm going to electrify. Feels good. Now they're down 1 attack die. Now it's turn. So it can't roll attack. It can only roll defense at this point. It hits bones, drops 1. It's no longer electrified. Down to 1. We go into fatigue. Beginning of round. Fatigue enacts. Loss. I'm down to 2. I win. Okay, great. That feels good. That is already a better start than my other playthroughs, I'll tell you that. All right, so first off, we get some loot here. And our loot is Fortunate Discovery. Select one of your consumable die and place it in its spot on your mat. It's now available for use. I already have consumable die. Interesting. What happens? Oh, Fortunate Discovery. All right, that's beautiful. So since I don't have another consumable die, Static has a special rule. You can use this loot, Fortunate Discovery, which I will absolutely use, to max knuckle zappers. That honestly is beautiful. So 5 on knuckle zappers. That's going to give us a lot of leeway. Also to not have to use my backup plan to increase it. So that feels great. All right, Shibron Style is my next upgrade. This will hopefully allow me to take a turn for a baddie. And then my second, I'm going to go up Dex. I'm going to go ahead and recover. And then after recovery, I can roll 3 defense. Get to keep the bones. Unfortunately, I get no bones here. Moving on to day 3, Tyrannical Toddler. A squalling wail sounds from the upcoming tavern, and my heart flutters involuntarily. Does one's heart flutter voluntarily? The noise was unmistakably made by a baby as I rush forward to see if there's any way I can help. Perhaps the child's parents has been wounded by lava or the troglodyte or some other subterranean horror, or maybe they left the baby here so they could forage for supplies and scout the terrain ahead. Clearly, however, this kid is upset. I turn the corner, my conciliatory expression turns into a frozen rictus. It's hard to make out form in the dim light, but this toddler is definitely not a Gearlock or a human or even a Molnar. 3 species of baby I feel confident would appreciate my comfort instead of returning it with violence. It's also gigantic for its age. Looking up at it makes me feel like a child. I try to back away, but it's too late. It sees me, lets out a guttural "Dah," and stumbles in my direction on uncertain feet. All right, number 1. No matter what, it's 2 training points. I love that. My conscience may never recover from this. This gives you loot. BQ is 1 point baddie. This baddie's HP stat is equal to its printed stat multiplied by the current day. So we're on day 3. The skills Swordbreaker, Break, and Hardy are suspended for this battle. Not bad. The second option is I would give the toddler a pacifier, which essentially means I either have to discard 2 loot or 1 trove, which I have none of. So I am fighting. All right, so we are at 3. It's 1 point baddie. Oh boy, it's health times 4. Oh gosh. Luckily, it's only swinging 1. It's got 12 health. Did I read that right? This baddie's HP stat is equal to its printed stat multiplied by the current day. Do I do math right? 4 times 3, yeah. And it has Callus. It has none of the skills listed that are suspended. So this is the big baby. Oh, so now I get it. I really am just thinking about the scenario, but not thinking about the thematic significance of this. I have to beat up this big baby. Remind me what Callus does. This unit can only lose HP from damage dealt by attack dice. I can deal with that. We'll just stand toe-to-toe with baby. I'm gonna roll. All right, so I have 4 decks here. I've got 2 attack. If I have to, I can dip in over here. I may want to milk this a little bit, trying to increase inner peace for a future battle. I think that would be the smart thing to do. So what I'll actually do is I'm going to roll attack and Shibron style so I can increase my inner peace by 1. attacks of bones, and 3 defense. Fine with that. So since I did that, I can increase it here. Beautiful. My turn is done. The giant baby is now going to swing at me. Simple, 1 attack die. Knocks 1 off, then perseverance goes up. Oh, did I just, wasn't this already at 2? Maybe not. Could have swore inner peace was at 2, but how would I have turned it to 1? Oh yeah, I turned it the wrong way. So it's at 3 now, they match. If I screwed that up, I'm super sorry. I could use the help. We'll put it that way. I sucked. Round 2. All right, so now doesn't make sense to just roll defensive dice because I already have 2 in the active, 2 attack, 1 defense. I can't even use all my decks, so I'll just go for it. Okay, another bones here, another defense, and I will do 1 damage. Okay, I'm gonna have to do more than that, that's for sure. I don't get to go up with inner peace here. Perseverance will probably go up as the big baby attacks me. 1 knocks 1 away. That increases, not inner peace, it increases perseverance by 1. I make that mistake often in these playthroughs where I increase the wrong one. I really don't need to electrify it. I don't have any other skills that that would necessitate that per se. So I have 2 attack. I'm going to spend 2 perseverance to do an extra 2. I think I can keep ticking that up as we go through as it knocks off these defense die. Bones. 1, 2, 3. Slowly but surely, we're smacking that baby. All right, it's gonna go. It's gonna knock off defense. Perseverance goes back up. Round 4. All right, we will do a round of 2 defense and 2 attack. Hitting the big baby. All right, so I hit it for 3. Get 2 more defense. All right, it's going to go now. Roll 1 at me. Bone. I mean, really my only risk at this point is fatigue, but I've got plenty of attack to keep moving through this. So I hope actually I can get 3 more bones here. That would be magnifique. Okay, so we will roll 2 attack. I don't have any more defense to roll. So I think I'm gonna spend 2 here. 2 perseverance to roll 4 defense, or 4 attack, sorry. And I'm going to big baby. Well, that's a nice roll. 6, 7, that may just do it. Yep, done. Big baby has 5 left. Very nice roll. All right, so I do get loot. And the loot is reinforced buckler. Permanent. Add 1 defensive die to your roll each turn. This is not restricted by defense stat and does not cost dex. This is heavy. Wow, that's very nice. And that synergizes incredibly well with perseverance. So now I definitely don't have to invest anything else in defense at this, especially at this point. All right, let's go to my trusty dusty notebook here and see what's next. So Shibron style. My next upgrade is another dex. However, now that I see this and I just get to roll an extra defense for free, I may actually switch this up here to go with shock kick and attack. Well, we'll try to skip forward to attack. That was 2 spaces away. And we do hit on the attack, so attack goes to 3. And then next up is shock kick. So shock kick is fun, especially for crowd control, which is absolutely what I need here. Deal the number of damage to each adjacent baddie. If I do get the bleed symbol, I have to put the bleed effect on me. And we have up to 3. So if I'm surrounded ever, that thing is awesome. All right, so it's 3 loot. So I can only have space to do 1 more here, which is totally fine. Take a lantern, leave a lantern. The one good thing about the break is that there aren't any Molnar down here, or at least that's what I thought. I come around the tunnel bend, just minding my own business, and suddenly find myself the subject of a sales pitch. As a Molnar wearing a hard hat asked what she could give me to part with my lantern. To be honest, the thing I found most tempting right now is the thought that this Molnar leaving me alone. Her kind do not take kindly to Gearlock ignoring their trade offers, so I'll likely be punished if I refuse to give up my light source. Then again, why does this Molnar have a lamp of her own? It's really dark down here. Trade the lantern. This may not be a bright idea. Persistent until the end of the next non-tyrant battle. That battle takes place in darkness. Don't trade the lantern. This little light of mine, emphasis on mine. Shuffle special encounter, Molnar confrontation into the encounter deck. I'm gonna take the next one in darkness. I can't quite remember what that encounter is that I have to shuffle in, but it's not fun and I'm not gonna risk it. Darkness isn't that bad. Baddies enter the battle mat face down on ranged positions with no HP. On their turns, they move 2 positions toward the closest opponent. Unrevealed baddies immediately flip over and gain their full HP if they're adjacent to an opposing unit. If targeted by an opposing unit like range, he'll flip at the end of the turn. So you just basically don't know what you're going into. This is it. This is already a success. Let's check out our plan here. The plan is next is marked for death, which I am comfortable in sticking with that plan and not going back to defense at this point. Marked for death is a beautiful little die that I have yet to be able to use. Place on a number point baddie. All the baddies now treat that baddie as an opposing unit, so it makes them turn on them. So I love that. Once again, beautiful for crowd control. All those green dice are really going to help me manipulate the board, increase survivability, and I think are a must on your solo playthroughs. So recovery, I don't have to do anything. I can scout, frenzy 1, orc deserter. So he has a possibility of rolling a second attack die. If he hits me, I think that's probably fine. Although if I also have another orc that's raiding, maybe not. So I'm gonna skip him. Open Dark. The dark underground city is empty and ominous. A few footfalls in and its construction is revealed. It's a twisted subterranean recreation of Obender, the Gearlock's de facto capital. Gavenkog is the only person in Daylor with the resources and motivation to create such a thing, but to what purpose? Is it some off-the-books prison? A test tube for friend experiments? Before an investigation can be launched, the sound of skittering feet draw uncomfortably near. 2 options. One gives trove loot. Both of them give 2 training points. First one, grab a drink at the Tipsy Troll. Q baddie points, which is 5. Add the number of points equal to the party size times 2, which puts me at 7. That's a 5 and 2 ones. Before creating the BQ, each Gearlock may decrease any of their consumable counter die by any amount to reduce the BQ by the same amount of baddie points. That one sounds pretty good because I have 5 in Knuckle Zappers, which I could definitely use, but I could definitely use an encounter with only 1 5-point baddie. Search the council chambers is number 2. You get trove loot with this. BQ baddie points. Add the number of points equal to the cumulative attack stat of all the Gearlocks before creating the BQ. Each Gearlock may choose to decrease their attack stat by 1. All right, let's see what we got here. Thick Skin 1 and Taunt. That's beautiful. Taunt won't have an effect here. It is swinging big at me with 3 attack. Oh, I forgot to, on the last recovery, roll my 3 defense for my innate. Oh yay, I do get 2 bones. Initiative of 2, I'll roll my any. I'm at 5. I've got plenty of decks to work with. I do have some inner peace to give me some extra decks if I need to. I don't necessarily, in terms of skill die, Marked for Death won't work because I don't have any other baddies. Shock Kick won't be very potent because, once again, it's all about crowd control. You need multiple baddies to really maximize its effect. Zibron Style is a possibility. If I roll a 1 on that, it doesn't matter. I can't use it for anything because he's a 5-point baddie. I really probably want to do is get a really big turn in here. I can roll 3 attack out of the gates. I can add another one with Perseverance. That's my 4 decks. If I really wanted to, which I probably do, I'm going to roll my 3 defensive die here and reduce my inner peace to 0. So this will be a big swing right out of the gates, which is pretty exciting. This is what Static's all about. Let's see what we get. All right, bone, bone. 1, 2, 3. Not what I had hoped for. Not the worst thing ever. So thick skin blocks 1. I get 2 down on him. You know what? I am gonna tick this down to 0 and electrify him for the rest of his life. I spent 3 knuckle zappers, so he is permanently electrified and only rolling 2 attack at me. So we'll gimp him up a little bit here. Oh, I also added a defense die roll. I totally forgot about my loot. Let's do that. Now I'm feeling great about this. All right, his turn, and he's gonna roll 2 and 2. All right, so bones, so taunt is in effect, so I have to attack him. 1 defense, and we'll knock off this one. That will tick up perseverance. Let's move on. Round 2. All right, I don't have big turn, but I can still use perseverance. I still have defense in the active. I also get to roll the free defense because of reinforced buckler, and I can spend 1 perseverance to roll another attack. So that's my 4 dex plus my loot. Oh boy, I think I might have got him. 6, 7. Thick skin and his defense are gone. I have 5 more left. That gets the last 3. More than enough. I am still at full health. Let's go. That feels good. That feels really, really good. Now we're moving and grooving. Maybe my plan was working. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, you know what I should have done? I'm not going to do it, but what I should have done, had I remembered, would be to spin these on my backup plan. I could have ticked up knuckle zappers back up 2. I was planning on doing it, but I wanted to see if I could get that innate +1. It just didn't happen. All right, so I didn't get the trove loot. I went with number 1. I do have 2 training points. Let's go back to my master plan. All right, so now I have a choice in my master plan, and I wanted to see kind of how things were going and how I was feeling. I can either do out of control and continue and just totally build out the brawler profession, or I could go into kinesiology and start to build out a synergy of movement plus owlbear, which does either damage or heals or gives you defense equal to the number of spaces that you'd moved. I wanted to kind of try that. Now, out of control, I can use at the start of my turn. All attack dice I roll do 2 times damage to my target, and each bones I roll causes me to be dealt 1 damage. So that one kind of sucks. But double damage could be a huge turn and really fun. I think I'm gonna keep going with out of control, and I'm gonna bump up health. So before moving on to day 6, I have to roll my 3 defense for my innate. Oh boy, look at that. That's a good start. I like that. All right, so we're moving on. Indiana Bones and the Doomed Temple. This place is a death trap. Literally peering out from behind the stone column, I see a group of baddies laboring over a large squared off lava pit. One that seems to be carved for the contraption arrayed over it. The device appears to be a cage that can be lowered via crane into a lava. A perfect device for grisly public execution of an adventuring gear lock. That thing belongs in a museum for a torture device, not in modern civilized society. If I'm being honest, the scene before me gives me the willies, but someone got to put a stop to it, and if not me, who? If I leave this behind and it harms some other gearlock seeking fortune and glory, I would feel like my heart was ripped from my chest. Okay. All right, no matter what, we get a training point and 2 loot. The top one gives us an extra training point, which I like training. Let's see what we can do. It's time to whip this place into shape. BQ baddie points. Before battle, the 4 center positions of the battle mat become lava. No other positions may become lava. And lava deals +1 true damage, so that's 2. After the gearlock deals at least 2 damage to an adjacent baddie, they may move the baddie to an available lava position. Each melee baddie without a backup plan skill gains heave for a backup plan skill. This unit's target is placed on any available lava position if possible. It is just BQ baddie points, so that's a 5 and a 1 for me right now. This isn't my first time in a doomed temple, and sequels are never as good. So I get shaky ground, means I get hit, the floor turns to lava. BQ batted points, and I am immune to lava damage. All right, I feel like I'm a little bit ahead right now, so I could probably risk it. So I'm gonna take number 1. We're gonna turn all these. I hope I don't get a real nasty 5 right now. Let's see what we got. Our 5 point is Troll Quarryman. It has Reach and Confuse. Frenzy 1 and Rating. Rating won't come into effect, so that is absolutely magnifique. Frenzy 1 is if it hits me, it gets to roll another attack die, which I don't like. So Reach, I believe, will move me right next to this guy. Oh, duh, I should have read a little bit longer. My attack and defense stat are swapped. Honestly, doesn't even matter. That's fine. So let's roll my any die here. Let's have a little fun and roll Marked for Death. Out of Control will be one that I might want to use with more attack die. Cibron Style and 2 defense? Or do I go 3 defense in one of these? Let's do this. Have a little fun. Let's not waste it all at the same time. We're gonna roll Mark for Death, and then so hopefully we can get this other baddie to come over and start attacking. I also like them adjacent too for some electrified stuff. So let's see what we can get here. My target is Troll Quarryman. Oh boy, look at that. I do get innate 1. That's great. I got the 6 bones, so I'll just go ahead and spin those right now. That's good. Oh, then I got 2 more bones here. Wow. I don't know if I can use the bones and then come back and add more bones. So I don't cheat. I'm going to go ahead and put Mark for Death back. Unfortunately, I hope that doesn't cost me. Oh, I also roll 1 more defense die for Reinforced Buckler. All right, at least I get 1 there. So if he rolls a bones here, though, since he now has Heave, I will go on to a lava. And that's 2. Let's see what it does. All right, so it knocks off that. Perseverance goes up, hits me for 4. Well, that took away a ton of my leeway here. I've got to have a very, very big turn. All right, so this guy's going to come over, 1, 2. It's going to end its turn on lava, so it's going to lose 2 right out of the gates because of our modifier, and it can't do anything else. That's at least a savior. So now I have to balance between, with 4 decks, attack, and I need to electrify him. All right, I'm gonna try to be semi-smart, I guess. It's gonna be, I get 1 extra for Reinforced Buckler, plus 3 others, and 1 attack for my 4 decks plus my loot. We're gonna go at Troll Quarryman. All right, so I hit him for 1. Bones, 2, 2. This is very good. I'm also going to spend this to increase Knuckle Zappers by 1. I'm automatically going to decrease Knuckle Zappers by 1, and I'm going to electrify him for 1. He's gonna go, he's now electrified, so he only rolls 2. He hits a bones, which is very bad for me, and knocks off 1 of these defense die. That will increase perseverance by 1. Bones is Heave, so let's reread what Heave does. This unit's target is placed on any available lava position if possible. So I've got to get off of this, and I've got to go here. He heaved me onto that lava. Now we're going to go here. Okay, so the tricky part with this guy, rating doesn't matter, but frenzy does. I have 2. It can't quite knock me out yet, but it's gonna get 1 last shot at me before it dies in the lava. Okay, so it does roll bones. It has Heave, but I'm already on lava. Hits, knocks that off. Perseverance goes up 1 more. It dies, end of turn on lava. Fine with that. Round 3. Unfortunately, I have to spend a dex to get next to him again. And I don't have extra inner piece, so I have to go there, and all I have is 3 left. I automatically get this. I'm going to just roll 3 defense, 4 defense altogether with my loot. And I'm gonna try to build up inner peace. So I do get a 2, I get a 1, I get 2 here. Inner peace goes up by 2 because I only roll defense. I might want to hold out on energize. I just hope I don't forget. All right, it's gonna roll 2 at me. So it rolled double bones. That heaves me over again. Basically, it's costing me a dex every time, so it's not that fun. Although I do survive a little bit, and that opens me up to be able to spend on a big turn. So I'm gonna spend 1 dex to move. He's got a lot of health. No matter what I'm spending, I'm going to roll my treasure defense. I have 3 dex left, so I can use all 3 of my attack. I can spend 2 of inner peace and 2 of perseverance to get 2 more attack. I could put 1 back and try to out of control double it. Let's do that because that's fun. I'm gonna take the fun option. This is definitely not the smart option. I absolutely don't recommend this. I'm gonna tick this up back 1. I'm gonna tick this up back 1. I'm gonna get rid of one of these die. I will still need to spend all my inner peace to get it done. I'll take out of control here. This is fun. This is why you play too many bones to use cool die. Oh, okay. So that goes to the active. 2 bones, 3 bones, 2. So he gets hit for 2. He's no longer electrified. I'm gonna spend 2 of my backup plan to increase knuckle zappers by 1. I'm going to automatically decrease it to electrify him once more because I do not want him swinging 2 at me, which leaves 3 and would allow me to add 1 more. Okay, now he's gonna go. He's gonna roll 2. Hits both of those. That increases perseverance by 1. We're done. We're on round 5. So I've got to think about having another big turn here. Shock kick might help. I don't know. Shock kick's really for crowd control once again. I can throw 4 attack die at him and then it doubles. The trouble is if I roll bones on this die, I get 1 damage per bone. We're still gonna do it. We're gonna roll our 3, plus we're gonna tick down perseverance to get an extra 1. We're going all out. So max, I could take 4 damage and knock myself out. Maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I want to err on the side of keeping my life. So instead of doing that, I'll tick this back up. Still want to get double the damage so I can still try to knock him out. But I will use defense for my other 2 decks. Shock kick doesn't expose me to that bones modifier extra damage and will allow me to do some damage as well. So hopefully I can take them all out. I'm going to, for my 4 decks, 2 attack, a defense, and skill die, and then 1 defense is from reinforced buckler. My loot. He is my target. I need 3. I need 3. That's all I need. Oh my lord. Oh, I got it because I doubled it. Yes. So I hit double this. So I just barely got him. I double my attack because of out of control, so that hits him for 2. Got 1 left. Shock kick, deal the number of damage to each adjacent baddie. Also add the bleed effect to myself if I got the bleed effect, which I did not get that. So that does his last damage, and he is out. We won that. I once again wonder, like, am I gonna keep wasting these bones? All right, so I went to the internet. It said before I kill the baddie, before I assign the damage, so this last die, I can use my backup plan. Internet, is it right? If I'm wrong, whatever. Let me know in the comments. We got some astute rules hawks out there, which I totally appreciate, because when you're behind the camera trying to do this, sometimes you get a little bit frazzled. All right, this is feeling really good. We are on a roll here. So I got 2 loot. Unfortunately, I can't keep both because I have a heavy loot, and I'm certainly not gonna get rid of that, but we're gonna take it anyways. So let's see what we get. And the first loot is Secret Deodorant. Place a poison 3 effect die on yourself and any baddie on the battlefield. I hate that. Soot Melange. If you have 2 or fewer HP, heal yourself for 5. Oh, that is definitely what I want. I need survivability more than anything. And then I get 1 training point, and then I'm on day 6. I might have a chance to get into my full plan of the Owlbear style O-Bender flow, but I would need 3. Oh, I've been forgetting the whole time here. I haven't had Transcendence in there, even though I've never used it. My bad. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use it on Owlbear style. Even though I may not get the synergy, I'll at least be able to use the die at some point. Maybe I can think smart about some big movement and then the use of that die. I am going to recover to 7. And now at the end of recovery, now with my innate, I can actually roll 5 defensive die and keep the bones. Let's see what we got. That's nice. 3. I'll take that. Cruel Emanations. There are many frightening things in the break, but seeing metallic black ooze sliding out of the fissure is one of the scariest. No one is quite sure how the mysterious substance works, but we think it's some dark work of Nexus, an evil entropic energy that can create earthquakes, sinkholes, and even summon powerful enemies from its inky depth. Is it targeting gear locks or simply a random manifestation of the Nexus growing power? It's too early to say for sure. I've been trying to avoid the lava field to the west, but the ooze is now barring my way forward. Should I try my luck among the magma or stick around and see what horror awaits on the safer path? All right, looks like we have a decision here. Both of them give 2 training points, 1 treasure. So I'll want to think about using Soot Melange here. Number 1, at least I know what's in the lava. It's lava. BQ baddie points, which would be 7. Before battle, the following positions are lava. All right, option number 1, the following positions are lava. It's those 2, and BQ baddie points, super simple. And the next one is several creatures rise from the ooze, the light in their eyes replacing by the pupilless glow. BQ baddie points, all baddies have the skill Undead. Oh, I do not like Undead. I'm gonna take this. I don't like Undead. They die, they come back with double attack. That's just messy. I don't like it. I'm gonna build my BQ with a 5 and 2 1s here. Orc Bruiser, Rage 2. He is melee. He starts in lava, so I'm gonna try to keep him there. Raiding, oh boy. I love the Raiding Orc synergy. One of my absolute favorite skills here. Careless, this guy's simple. Troll Young Un. Roll my any. I'm at 5, that puts me up top. All right, starting round 1 here, I am going to start. All right, so he's gonna gain 2 attack die the moment he gets less health. So I really wanna wait for a big turn on him. So I might actually want to come over here. I'm gonna spend 1 dex to get up here. And do I just roll 3 defense? Is that too boring? I wanna wait for them to surround me on shot kick. I possibly wanna wait for the big hitter on out of control. Cibron style is a possibility, and that might be good because I don't need that many defensive die on this roll against this guy with 2 attack. I think 2 defense plus 1 for my loot. And that leaves 1 maybe marked for death. That one could be fun, or I may want to wait to take 1 out. We're going to do Cibron style. So I have 3 decks, Cibron style and 2 defense. I get a reinforced buckler defensive die. Here we go. All right, bone. I do get the 5-point Cibron, and I get a 2 defense. That is, that's pretty darn good. All right, so I am obviously going to take this turn here, and I'm gonna keep him there and not do anything. That's cool. Now the question is, do I want to use bones before I end my turn and electrify this guy? If I electrify, I can't get the chain. He's gonna go here. He's gonna eventually come 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will be surrounded, but none of them adjacent, but it will reduce his attack die. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna spend this to tick this up 1 more, and then I'm gonna spend 1 of them to electrify him for 1. I'm gonna use Cibron style on his turn. He's not gonna roll anything at all. He's gonna sit there and he's gonna take 1 damage. So now Rage 2 is active though. That's a bit of a calculated risk. We're gonna go here. He gets to roll 2 attack because of rating. However, he's electrified, so he's only gonna roll 1. He's gonna throw it at me now. He knocks off that die. That ticks up perseverance, getting me ready for that big turn that I hope to have soon. Oh, I also, since I didn't roll attack last time, inner peace should have gone up by 1. I didn't roll just defense, so that's why it doesn't go up by 2. All right, so he's gonna go. He's gonna slide over. Hopefully he rolls some bones and damages himself. No. He hits me for 2 and gets that. Owie. Owie. I don't like that. All right, so now I'm surrounded a little bit. Shot kick could work. Marked for death could work. I could wait for him to come around to me before I use shot kick to fully use it. I could try marked for death. I could try both and get totally crazy. Maybe I will use both of these. I will use my 2 defense for 4. I get an extra defense because of loot, so that's everything. If I do that, inner peace goes up. And if I hit you there, I could electrify you. All right, so this is my target here, Troll Young Un. All right, looks like I do have a bone. I'm gonna call that a bone. I'm going to call that 2, and then we have these 2. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. All right, for shot kick now, deal 2 damage to each adjacent baddie. So we're gonna knock this off and deal 1. Then we're gonna deal 2. He's no longer electrified. And now we have marked for death. Place a 1-point baddie or less, because I rolled a 1. All other baddies now treat that baddie as an opposing unit. So now the question is who? So I'm gonna place that here. He is a 1-point baddie, just making sure. Now everyone's against him. That's huge. I've never been able to use mark for death before. That feels great. All right, so he is technically the weakest, and they're both going for the weakest. That buys me some time. Question is, do I want to electrify him so he doesn't swing at me next? So blue's gonna come and hit him, then purple, probably not. No, I'm gonna hold on to him. So blue's gonna go. He's coming over. He has rage too, so he's actually throwing 2 defense and 4 attack. So I'm gonna need a really big turn on him. I didn't do any attack, so my inner peace also goes up. I have to remember that to 2. That'll help with that big eventual turn. Okay, so he hits for 3. He gets bones, hits for 3. This guy is dead. That is a cool result. I'll take it. Purple goes, he's raiding. Now he's gonna throw 2 at me because he's not electrified anymore. Double bones. I survive. Round 3. So I think I just have to survive. There's my reinforced buckler. There's another one. Take out raiding. Save out of control. So I'm just going to go here, and I'm going for Orc Scout. All right, I do get him, and I do have 4 defense. He is done. All right, so now I have to survive this. He's going to come up here. Oh, he did end his turn on lava last time, so he actually lost 1 more health. So he's gonna throw 4 attack die at me. This could be devastating. And he has 4 attack and 2 defense, but already has 1 on him, so he'll roll 1. Okay, so bones, 2. So he knocks all of those away and 1 gets through. Round 4. Oh, perseverance did go up. I forgot out of control is only helpful next turn. So in the meantime, what to do? My free attack die. I'm going to use Soot Melange just to heal 2, not the full 5. I can't risk it with him going so big on 4 attack that I can't risk it to get down to 2. I just can't. All right, so naturally I'll do 3 attack. So that's my dex. I get 1 free. Now the question is, do I want to use inner peace and do more attack on him? Or do I want to wait? I'm going to use out of control instead of an attack to set up hopefully what is my final turn. Okay. Okay, so this is good. This is good. I hit him for 1, 2. I'm gonna put that back. That's all resolved. I'm now going to spend 3 for a current shield, which allows me to put 1, 2 in the active, I believe. And then I'm going to tick this down to electrify him for 1. So he's only going to be rolling 3. So he's going to roll 3 and 2 defense at me. First of all, he gets a bones of no consequence, 2 defense. He hits for that, and then he hits for that. That ticks up perseverance, but it's already maxed. Round 5. So realistically, I have to do 6 to knock him out. Can't double it. So if I did 1, 2, 3, a Hail Mary here, and hope to survive. So I do 3, and I can pay for 1 more. Tick perseverance down to 4. Get to roll a defense for free. The question is, do I use inner peace to do something like out of control, trying to set up for next turn? I probably don't need it. However, there's a persistent locked side that I would love to be able to roll that damages electrified baddies more. So I'm gonna do this and tick this down to 1. So my 4 decks, I paid for one of those attack with perseverance. I get a free defense, and then I'm going to roll out of control. Feels good. Let's do it. Oh, beautiful. I did get the locked result. So now I actually deal +1, and I think that'll take an effect right now. So it's already +1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this. So I did 5 in total. That +3 leaves him at 1. He's still angry. He still can swing at me. I have 2 defense. At least I have that for the rest of the adventure. I think that's it. There's a lot to keep track of here with static, especially when you're manipulating the breather, tutor, inner peace, and perseverance, and playing back and forth. It can get interesting. We're also in fatigue next time, so if I can survive this, he dies, actually, right? If I survive this roll, we go to fatigue. Beginning of fatigue rounds, we all lose 1 health. So I have to get less. He can only do 4 damage to me, and he's rolling 4 die. I'm nervous. I felt so good about this play. It's coming down to this roll. He could easily do enough damage to me to knock us both out in fatigue if I have 1 left, and then I lose either way. All right, let's see. So I survived the roll. Oh, man. Oh, Nilly. 2 bones. His result is 4. Those are neutralized by that. Perseverance ticks 1. And then I get dealt 2. We move on to fatigue. Beginning of round. I lose a health. It loses a health. And it's dead. Oh boy. That was fun. That was actually really fun. I got to use everything. I got synergies. It was all great. How beautiful was that? I do get 2 skill, which would allow me to finish up the Way of the Gear and Obender Flow. I think I have what I need, to be honest. I don't think I need to finish this trifecta. It would be a really specific scenario that really I would need to go much earlier. I'm gonna try to train attack so I can just have huge turns. No, for my first one. So I'm gonna increase dex to 5. Then I'm going to try again. I did hit, so attack goes to 3. So 4 in total. And I get loot. The loot is the vicious cycle, single use. After creating a BQ during battle setup, look at and rearrange the BQ in any order. Cannot be used in a tyrant battle. Whatever. I really don't care about that, but I'll use it. Or I wonder if I should hold it in case I get something where I need to discard loot. Possibly. I have to recover to 7, and I have to roll my 5 for my innate +1. Ouch. Wow. No bones, so I don't go up. 2-lane Dieway. This isn't looking good. The mysterious ooze that flows out of Break's fissures has glommed onto a group of baddies up ahead rather than rendering them immobile. As I had hoped, the liquid metal has fortified my enemy's skin, making them nigh indestructible. This odious byproduct of Nexus deserves more study, and soon, before my gearlocks like me meet an ignoble. My weapons aren't doing much, but maybe some other substance can crack the Nexus improvised armor. There's a row of sharp staglamites up ahead. If I can lure the baddies that way, perhaps I can coax them out of their shell. All right, number 1, a spike in fatalities. And the encounter, no matter what, gives us training. BQ baddie points. All baddies are melee for this battle. Baddies can only lose their HP while on a position in lane 2. Ow. Other one that just gives loot. BQ baddie points, all attack damage dealt to baddies on lane 2 position is doubled. I'm going with the second for loot. I feel like my training's gone really well. And I don't want to have to deal with trying to lure every... So the BQ is now 5, 6, 7, 8. Do I care about where they are? I don't. So I'm going to keep that loot as it is. I might need to discard it for something. You never know. So overcharge is locked. Electrified baddies are dealt with +1 damage each time they're attacked. Lasts the entire adventure. So that feels good. Lane 2 is double damage. So it would make a lot of sense for me to try to lure people here. I feel pretty prepared here. In lane 1, a familiar troll cave master, 3 attack. Recover 1 and taunt on bones. Then we have eruption. Then lane 2, we have a hoplodite with lava flow and hardy. Lane 3, we have this troglodyte seer with eruption here. And then right here, orc miner, rage 1, and then raiding. There's no other orcs on the battlefield, so it won't matter. All right, I'm gonna roll my innie. 5, that puts me up top. I'm gonna go here because I just want to draw people in. I can only ever do 1 damage at a time to this guy anyways, so I really want him to come down and block off this space, and then him to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eventually get to me. It'll give me a couple turns to kind of build up a little bit. I want inner peace to start to go up, and I don't feel very exposed right now because he won't be able to attack me. So I'm gonna get my free defense. I have 5 decks now to spend. I'm going to spend that on 3 defensive die, and I have 2 more to spend. I really don't want right this second to do an attack because I'd love to get +1 on inner peace so I can have a really big turn at some point. I'll go ahead and do it anyways. So I'll do 2 attack just so we can chip away, since that's going to take a while anyways. That hoglodite, whatever. All right, just in review, so that's for reinforced buckler, all 3 of my defense, and then I get 2 more attack. Feels good to roll a lot of dice, I gotta say. The first 2 games I did not have this opportunity, and it feels damn good. I mean, again, this is what Too Many Bones is about. These are the ones that keep you coming back, I'll say that. All right, so I'm gonna go, that's my target. All right, well, a good roll kind of goes to waste a little bit here. All right, out of bones, 3 defense hit, a 2 and 2 ones, 3 hit here, but hardy comes into play, and I only do 1 damage. One thing I'm figuring out now is the moment that range baddie goes with eruption, I am gonna have lava underneath me, and that's not fun. And I'll also be blocked in eventually. Who's gonna go? 1, 2, it's melee, so it'll just roll his defense die. It does get a bone, so it does have taunt. Taunt won't matter at this point because I'm not adjacent to it, so I don't have to attack it. Purple's gonna roll 1 attack at me, knocks off my 2. That increases perseverance to 4. All right, green's gonna go, rolling 2 at me. Bones and 1, knocks off 1 there. That increases my perseverance to max. Yellow's gonna go, drop in here. It has rage 1 and raiding, so it's not down any health, so it doesn't get an extra die. There's no other orc, so it doesn't get an extra attack. And it just gets bones, so nothing happens there. Round 2. Now I have 2 adjacent to me, which I may want to target here and mark it for death. So if I do mark for death, I get free defense already. I have 4 more decks to spend. Do I want to get off of this space? I do have an opportunity to move a bunch and use owl bear style, which will either give me the number of times I moved times damage, healing, or defense. I don't need healing, so that would be catastrophic, and they're all immediate. So that's not quite my move yet, but I'm gonna be trapped here really soon. Interesting wrinkle here. Could take the 1 damage, stay there for this turn, roll and hope and pray that this hits so I can mark this one and these guys can fight so they won't trap me, and then I have a way to move around, use owlbear. Interesting decision space. This is what I think makes static pretty interesting, is there's, especially once you have the brawler profession built up, you definitely have some options. So I can roll up to 2 of my defense dice plus my 1 free for reinforced buckler. That's 3 decks spent. I want to target here to keep chipping away. I'm going to stay here and take the lava damage. There's no way to just roll anything and tick up inner peace. 1 defense from reinforced buckler, 2 defense with my remaining 2 defensive dice here. I'm going to have marked for death, and hopefully I will get to mark one of these guys. And then I have 2 more decks to spend, and that's going to be attack. So I am going to swing here, hoping I get at least 1. Let's see what we get. Oh, not what I wanted. So 2 and 3, hardy blocks my 3 from going through. I do get 3 here. Question is, do I want to use bones to energize? No, I'm gonna save it. I don't have to use that bone, so that's going back in. All right, not the explosive turn I wanted, but a turn nonetheless. All right, blue's gonna go. Gonna come here and here, so I'm effectively trapped. It's gonna lose taunt. No, it's not. Well, it's gonna lose taunt, so but it can't get it again here. It's gonna roll its 1 defense again. Hardy, lava flow. This guy's gonna attack me. Knocks off 1 of my defense die. That's fine. Oh, I forgot. I lost health from lava. Ended my turn on a lava space. Okay, done. He is going to shoot me again to attack. Bone, which is inconsequential, knocks off 1 more. And those defensive knocking off are not increasing perseverance because it is already maxed. I'm kind of wasting a little bit there. All right, still full health. So rage 1 doesn't hit, obviously rating doesn't hit, and it's going to just roll a defense die. And bones, round 3. All right, so it probably makes a lot of sense to do exactly what I had done before, although I want to try to get another bones here. So electrify that one. Next turn, he's gonna come up, so I definitely want some defense. I can only roll 2. Maybe I use Sibron style and mark for death, or I move here to allow him to come in here and then be able to get double damage, and I start to hit here, and I preserve at least for 1 more turn that lava space. That may work. So 1 dex, 4 left. Gonna use mark for death, my free defense, other 2 defense, so I have 1 more, and I'm gonna roll Sibron style. Let's see how this goes. All right. So I have an interesting decision here. Bones hit here and here. So I can take control of a 1-point baddie. So I can stave off this one from coming and surrounding me. Or maybe what I do is control this one. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So I'm going to control this. I am also going to mark this one. And when I do, they're going to pick the weakest, which will be here in the orc miner. All right, so now they're marked for death. This will continue. My troll cave master will go after orc miner. So now I didn't roll any attack, so this gets ticked up. I am going to spend these 2 bones to tick this to 1. Knuckle Zappers is immediately going to be used, and I am going to electrify. Now the target for Troll Cave Master is the weakest, so it's going to Orc Miner because it's marked for death. It's now an opposing unit for all baddies. It's gonna roll 3 attack. What was that? Oh boy, so it hit for 4, and that knocks 1 out. All right, well, mark for death, absolutely effective. That feels really good to have that work out so well. Purple, you're going. We're gonna move forward onto a lava space. It's going to hit me. Hit me for 1. And it hits 1. I don't take up perseverance. All right, now I'm taking control of the troglodyte seer. It's not gonna roll anything. Its turn is effectively over. I was able to take a turn for a 1-point baddie without moving it. All dice and skills are optional. It's not gonna target me, and I am safe for one more round. We have this electrified, so it's gonna take, oh, you know what? It should have rolled 1 less. What was its result? 4, 3. It should have rolled 1 less, but I believe it had an attack result of 4, which would have taken that out anyways. It actually would have been better for me to have not taken it out, to keep it a target 1 last turn. If it's the other way, it actually would hurt me. So I'm just gonna keep playing. All right, so now I'm gonna do shock kick because I have 2 adjacent baddies. I can deal the number of damage to each adjacent baddie. So that is great. I don't have to declare a target on this. That would feel pretty good. I've got 3 locked defense. I get 1 free one. And then I have to roll, I can roll 4 attack, and I'm going here. I want this guy to be hit. So electrify is gonna give it with overcharge up here, +1 damage each time they're attacked. Oh, what a roll. All right, so 2, 3, 4, 5, +1 is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's down to 1. Oh no, it's not. One of those was electrified. It died. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Now, out of control, the locked result of overcharge came through clutch. Absolutely clutch. Oh, but I also do 2, totally forgot about that. I also rolled sidekick, which I'm allowed to do 2 to each adjacent baddie. That also knocks out this guy. Wow, that is quite a turn. I was able with sidekick at that same exact time to knock that one out. Oh, wow. Sorry, that felt messy. There was a lot of stuff going on there, but those are all exhausted. This is done. I'm kind of speechless because Brawler just really came up clutch. I just played a game of Brawler and it was just brutal. And now it just feels like I can just clear them. I mean, I feel so overpowered at this point. All right, they're gonna go and they're gonna throw 2 at me. They knock off those 2. I can't raise perseverance anymore. We are down to round 5. We're about to go into fatigue rounds. All right, so now I have to go this turn to lava. When it attacked me, I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I only have 5 decks. So that was 4 decks. I'm also gonna spend 1 on an attack die. I get a free defense. So that attack die is technically everything I can roll here. So I'm gonna tick down inner peace by 2 to roll 2 more attack and see if I can put this one out of its misery. So just to review real quick, I have 1 dex left, and I'll spend it on this attack die. I get a free. I just tick down inner peace, and I'm going to use 2 more attack die. So hopefully I can do at least 2 damage, knock this one out, and end this. Call it a comeback. There we go. Easy. Nice result. I love it. That's 4. That happens. I only needed 2. Wasted. All right, the Brawler build is clutch. I mean, there's nothing special about it. I really liked my roadmap. This feels like a really great solo build so far. We'll see. I get loot and I get training. And the loot is the Wingless Dragon, single use. Place your gear lock on any available position on the battle mat. That feels pretty cool. I will replace Vicious Cycle with that. Maybe it's his health. Maybe I just go to 8. Maybe that's the secret sauce for full survivability. All right, we're going to, oh, before we recover, I'm gonna throw 5 for my innate +1. 2 bones that I can carry. That's it. We're here. We've made it. We're on day 9. We have 3 days to beat Gavenkog. I think we can do this. I think we got this here. I've got confidence. I'm feeling really good. He's got 2 sides, Mimic Bones and Mimic Backup Plan. A perennially insignificant member of the Gearlock Council, Gavenkog dedicated himself for centuries to fulfilling the menial whims of Nobulus Grint. When the evil gearlock inventor died, Gavenkog found himself in possession of the secrets of the most extensive criminal operation in Daylor. All it needed was a leader. He was more than happy to step in and finish the dark work his master started, with the added cruelty of a person long shuddered to the side. Top cog. All right, so its BQ is 5 baddie points. Add the number of points equal to the cumulative attack stat of all gearlocks. Place Gavenkog on the bottom of the BQ. He enters the battle mat on his non-star side. Gavenkog does not roll his tyrant die on his turn. Until the tyrant die is removed from the game, gearlocks must roll it at the end of their turn, at no dex cost, if they rolled an attack or a defense dice that turn. Tyrant skills. He has Mimic. Gavenkog's X stat is equal to the highest corresponding stat of all gearlocks in battle. So his defense is going to be 8. Wow. That's insane. Backup plan. Place all bones Gavenkog rolls on this card. When there are 6+ bones here, remove them all, flip Gavenkog to his star side, and heal him to full HP. All right, Tyrant die. So 1 symbol, transfer every status effect die that's on Gavenkog to yourself. I probably won't put status effect dies on them, so that's probably fine. Break bone, remove all bones from your backup plan, and Cog Bustion, lose half of your HP, rounded down, then remove the die from the game. Oh man, BQ's only 9. And then Gavenkog goes on the bottom of the BQ. Wow, this is tricky. If he flips to this side, so I better be building up in a really big way to hit him really hard early on. So I want Inner Peace maxed. I want Perseverance maxed. I want to be able to roll 5 attack die at him plus my 4 to one-hit him. That's my goal. That's my strategy. Outside of that, I have to manage the board like I did this last game. I have to at least take a couple of them out before I have that really big turn and not lose half my life rounded down. All right, so Flame Soak 2, it's looking for somebody on lava. It's looking for a gearlock on lava first to basically remove 2 HP from them and put it underneath themselves. And if there's no gearlock on lava, it will look towards closest baddie. It also has flight. You know, once it attacks, it will go up into the air, get that flight die. Then we have Orc Scout with raiding in the range position. No other orc, so raiding is not in effect. Then we have Troll Romper with Thick Skin 1 and Careless. And then we have another Thick Skin 1 and Careless Troll Brute. Differences between the two are a defense die. All right, so strategy here. I'm not really worried about these two. This one is tricky. I don't want to get stuck with it. So it's going to take like 3 turns for them to get to me. That'll help me build up Inner Peace. So I'm going here. All right, I got 5 decks. I can roll 3 defense. I don't need to take anyone over. I don't need to mark anyone for death at this point. I don't want to roll attack because I want to build up Inner Peace. So I'm going to do something crazy. I'm not even going to use all my decks. And I'm just rolling my 3 defense plus my 1 free. Alright, 2, 1 here, and then a bones. I'm also going to spend these, just so I don't start getting chipped away, I'm actually going to spend 2 of these to increase this. Increase Knuckle Zappers, and then immediately decrease to be able to electrify by 1. That's a little peach. And now I get to roll this one. Alright, let's see what that did. Remove all bones from my backup plan. Gladly, that is fine. And now we're going here. Blue's gonna go first. They're gonna go here and here. Nobody's on a lava position, so Flame Soak doesn't come into effect. All right, it does get a flight die, so it can't be targeted. Yellow's gonna go. Orc Scout is gonna roll. Hits for 2, knocks this off. Perseverance cannot go up anymore. Might have over improved attack a little bit because I have wasted quite a few Perseverance. Now here we're gonna drop down. It's gonna roll 1. hits me for 1, I drop another defense die. Oh, so the inner piece should have gone up too. All right, so Troll Brute is up. Just going to roll defense because it's electrified. Bones, careless. It hits itself, so now it's not electrified anymore. And that's that. Rinse and repeat. I go. Question is, can I build up one more inner piece by just rolling defense? Well, I definitely want to roll my 3 defense. I guess I can only roll 2 because I have 1 lock or active. I'll roll Mark for Death. Hopefully I get a 5. I really want to hit Gavenkog, so I think it might be worth it because this still can't get back to me to just roll defense. I'd have to not roll any dice but defense to get that up too. That might be worth it. I'm gonna put Mark for Death back. I'm only rolling defense. I can only roll 3. 2-2 and a bone, or 1-1 and a bone. This ticks up to 2, so I do have a big turn locked and loaded here. And then I have to roll this, please. So this is transfer every status effect die that's on Gavenkog to myself. That is no effect. So it's going to lose flight. It's going to come 1, 2. Can't attack. It won't do anything else. And there is no lava. So Flame Soak doesn't matter. All right. Going to fire at me. Orc Scout. Knocks off 1. Going to fire at me. Bone, so it's careless. It loses 1 more. And they're gonna go. They're not electrified, so they are going to throw a attack and defense. It hits on the defense. It also hits on its careless. So careless is helping out quite a bit right now. And I still have defense. Round 3. Now the question is what to do. I definitely want to roll Mark for Death at this point. I'd love to roll the 5. I'm also going to roll Shock Kick, so hopefully I can knock both of those out. I can roll 2 defense. One of these is free of decks, so I have 2 more decks to spend, and I will roll attack for those 2, and I think I'll probably make my target here. Oh, I guess the question is, all right, and my target is here, the Troll Romper. All right, so there's some good stuff here. Got the bones. I hit for 1. It has thick skin, so it doesn't matter. But then I do 2 damage to each. So that's 2. This is done. And then I do 2 here. So that is done. Okay. That's mission accomplished. Troll Brute is gone. Now we have the big boy coming in. All right, so first up, we're gonna take, and then those will line up here. This will come in first. Orc, so raiding will be active. Will come in here. And then Gavenkog will come in with 9 health, rolling a ton of defense. It is very fortunate that it's gonna come in on the number 2 lane, so I don't have to spend a bunch of decks to get to him. And what is he? He is ranged, so he's gonna sit in that corner. I'm gonna have to spend 1 dex to get to him. And then I have Mark for Death. So now that is an opposing unit. Vampire Bat will go and try to attack there. That's beautiful. So Vampire Bat's gonna move here, going towards its new target. It is going to go into flight, and it's going to roll, our Orc Scout buddy is going to roll 1 at me. So that knocks off there. I will say, I think it's round 3. I might have forgotten to roll the Tyrant die. I'm wondering, do I roll the Tyrant die if the Tyrant hasn't come in yet? I don't know. I'm gonna roll it anyways. Kind of sucks because I could lose half my health right now, but we're gonna do it. Remove all bones from my backup plan. I should have put Knuckle Zappers up. I should have. In retrospect, I should have. All right, we're gonna come in at the bottom of the BQ. And they're gonna hit their spots. Oh, okay. Honestly, like I almost feel like I have one shot to do this. I'm gonna move one. That leaves me with 4 decks. Okay, I'm obviously using my 3 attack die. I can use up to 5 more. I have 2 more decks, so we're just gonna tick this down to 3 to get 2 more attack die. And then I'm going to use 3 of inner peace to add decks, 3 more decks for 3 more attack, which I will tick down perseverance down to 0. So this gives me the Hail Mary of all Hail Marys. It's gonna, I'm rolling 8. I'm rolling 8 attack die here at the very end. Oh man. And then I actually have, okay, this is it. What do I need? I need a 9. I need 9 result. All right, so let's set this up. So I've been building static this entire time. We've used all of the skills in the brawler. We've used all the skills in the brawler profession. That's got us to this point. We now have built up inner peace and perseverance to get this really giant turn. And this is what static's all about. I'm now rolling 8 attack. I need 9. If I get 9, I win the game. Oh, I'm scared to look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh. All I needed was 1 more of those to be a 2. That is devastating. Because if he gets enough bones on this card, he full heals. Well, it is what it is. He's down to 1. Now we have the vampire bat. It is targeting here. It moves, loses flight. It's gonna roll 3 against Orc Scout. It hits Orc Scout for 2. Orc Scout is down to 1. So Orc Scout is going to go. It's going to roll 1 against me. All right, now I get to roll this die. Oh. Oh. Chip Theory, what are you doing to me? I automatically lose half my health. Dude. That is so crazy. The die gets removed from the game. That is so frustrating. All right. Okay, so we're going to move. Blue's going. We have marked for death, so it is going to lose flight now and roll 3 at Orc Scout and knocks it out. All right, green's gonna go. Gonna roll 1 attack at me. It does hit, which I like because I need perseverance to go back up. I'm gonna need to build another big turn against Gavenkog if I can even survive. If I can even survive. All right, Gavenkog's gonna go now. Gonna roll 2 attack. And unfortunately, I was not paying attention. I increased health way too much. So he rolls 8 defensive die. Oh my lord. All right, so it knocks off 2 for me. Perseverance goes up to 2. Jeez Louise. Well, it didn't hit any bones, but has a bunch of health now. Whoa. So now it's back to 9. He literally just healed himself completely with defense die. Oh boy. One thing, we're in round 5. Fatigue will go through that die. So I can roll 4 attack die. I can take inner peace down 2 and perseverance down 2 to roll 2 more. So that was paid for by that. I still actually have 1 dex left. A defense for some survivability. Well, I'm back to, if I do 9 here on another big turn because of inner peace and perseverance, we're good. Let's hope the dice are with me this time. No. 2, 4, 5, 6, 3 bones. All right, well, we take off 4, but unfortunately it gets to roll those again. 5, 6. I've spent everything I can. The question is now, it didn't roll any bones. I think fatigue, if I can survive this round, will win it. But I have to get through everyone. So the only way to do that is to spend 3 bones to add another defensive 2 die here. And we just go through the turns. I mean, this is what it comes down to. It's coming down to right now, can I survive round 5 to get into fatigue, to tick down Gavenkog for the win? I think this might be the 3rd day, or the 3rd encounter that I'm going to hopefully win off of fatigue if I can survive. If I can survive. All right, let's do it. Boom, come on. Hit for 2, that knocks that off, and a bone, it goes into flight. Green, throwing 1 at me, hits for 1. Gavenkog is going to roll all 6 of its defense die, and of course, I'm down to 4 HP. If he rolls double 2s, game over. If he rolls anything else but double 2s, game over. I win. There's a lot of strategy and skill in Too Many Bones. There's also a lot of luck. Cue the slow motion roll. Oh, beautiful. Hits me. Oh no. He hit me for 3, but I only have 1. He actually only needed to roll 3. And he did. Wow. So, the bones don't matter. All the 6 defense he got does not matter. He hit me for 3. We go to fatigue. He dies. I die. That sort of feels like a win to me. I just sacrificed myself for Daylor. I still knocked out Gavenkog. That feels like a win. I know in the other encounters I said earlier when I got knocked out at the same time. By all accounts, it's a failure. Ouch. We're simply going to do it again. That was a killer. The die result that reduced my health down to half. I had him in a sliver twice in a row. That's about as bad a beat as I've ever had. That was a kick in the nuts, I'll tell you that. Absolute kick in the nuts. All right, day 10. I have to roll my 5 for my innate +1. And we keep moving. Of course, 1 bone. This is going to be much tougher going in. I don't have perseverance built up. I don't have inner peace built up. Gavenkog's going to be on the mat immediately. Like, this is going to be really difficult. That was my shot. That was my shot. BQ, I have 2 5s now. First up, Taunt and Callous. We have an Orc Skullbreaker. First, we have an Orc Skullbreaker here, Taunt and Callous, and then we get another Swordbreaker, or we get Swordbreaker Raiding Orc. Oh, well, this is a nasty one. It's Orc Duelist, has Raiding, has Swordbreaker. This could be a fast round here. You know what I might want to do, honestly, is cast this one in, build up inner peace and perseverance, so I can hit Gavenkog hard on the 11th day. I think that's the strategy, because going up against these guys and not being able to hit Gavenkog hard first. Unfortunately, Gavenkog gets to go first no matter what. All right, here we go. Round 1. Gavenkog is going to go, and of course he's rolling 8. He does. He only hits me for 1. All right, I'm up. So what I need to do is only roll defense. Get some bones. Defense. Inner piece goes up 2. All right, blue's gonna go. He's gonna move here. He's gonna roll 2 at me. So we're gonna do this. He's gonna hit for 1. That is beautiful. That takes perseverance up. And then we're here. He can move diagonally. He has sword breaker and rating. Rating's gonna allow him to roll 5 attack die. He may finish me off right now. 5 attack, 2 defense. This guy is a beast. Ooh, I'm glad I'm not trying to win this round. He hit me for 4, so there's 2. I dropped 2 more. This is fine. Perseverance goes up again. Round 2. Gavenkog's gonna go again. He can roll. Hits me for 3. That's good. I'm gonna roll my 4 attack die or 4 defense die to tick this up again. We'll do this. I got 2 bones, 2 defense. Inner piece goes to 5. I am going to spend my backup plan to take knuckle zappers up 1. Who's gonna go? Probably do finish me off. 1 for 3. Knocks out 2, hits me for the last one, so I'm done. I do tick up perseverance, so I'm ready to hit pretty hard here at the beginning of this next one. That is a loss. We are on to the last day. All right, first one here, lava flow and brimstone. Looks like a KDM monster here. This is the Eliminator. Eliminator. It's a play on words because it's a bunch of hands. So unfortunately, Gavenkog goes first, but I think that's the gimmick. He's got to roll a ton of defensive die, and I've got to knock him off. You basically have to build massive DPS, and I don't know. This may be the perfect gear lock for him, because I don't know in a solo encounter who else could have these massive explosions. So if anyone can do it, it's him. I'm gonna need some major luck on a roll here. I need a lot of bones, but not 6. Although if he has 6, he flips to his other side. So I just need bones. I need luck on his roll, and then I need luck on my roll. Get him here in this first shot. It's going to be hard with these other baddies on here, and I can't focus on anything else. It's just going to be tough. Look at that. He rolled his 6. So he's going to flip. He gets 4 defense and hits for 2. So let's read this here. Backup plan. Once he's at 6+, remove them all and flip Gavenkog to his star side and heal him. Okay, so he's going to flip. No need to heal. He's already at 9. The difference here is his attack. So now he gets crazy. This is it. This is our chance. This is all the marbles here. 1 dex. I'm down to 4. I have 3 attack die. I'm going to tick down perseverance to 2 to get another attack die. That's 4. I'm going to also roll shock kick like another attack die, and I'll tick down. Now to get 2 more attack die, I'm going to tick down perseverance 2, and then I'm going to tick down inner peace 2. Down to 3. That gives me 2 more attack die. I don't have anything else other than Owl Bear here, which could possibly give me extra damage depending on the number of times I moved. I just moved once. However, if I were to have started here and went 1, 2, 3, I can't do that. All right, so that could possibly do it. So I'll tick that down for 1 more, and then I get my free defense die. So I need 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage in total. There's a couple different options of how to do that here. This is the 1 shot. This is it. I can't even look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not even close. Not even close. 2, 3, 4 knocks defense off. 1, 2 takes them down 2. 1 takes both of these down 1. This gives me, a whole defense equal to the number of positions I moved, which was 1, so now I get to roll this, and I lose half my health again. So we'll play this out. Lava Fro and Brimstone might not matter at all. They're gonna roll 2 and 2 at me. They hit me for 2, I'm done. That's it. No, I have 1 more left. That's lava, and then underneath them is lava, which honestly just doesn't matter. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna play this out right. We're not gonna pout. And now, all right, green goes here. They're gonna try to move around. Purple goes, and they're just gonna hit me and knock me out. That was crazy. Oh, that's it. That was it. That was a pretty epic battle. I really thought I had a chance at Gavenkog, especially that first round. I missed him by 1. I missed him by 1 twice. After that, it really didn't matter what I did. I just couldn't build up a big enough turn to get past him and those defense dice. I'd say if you're playing Gavenkog again, first of all, static is probably the best suited at solo. There's certainly synergies with multiple gear locks, but probably the best suited at solo to be able to hit big enough to take out his 9 HP. The tricky part is if I have my health stat at 8, he's rolling 8 defense dice to start, and then if he flips, we'll roll 8 attack dice. I really should have taken into account Gavenkog's mechanics, because I wouldn't have improved health so high. I probably would have kept it another couple lower. With that said, if Gavenkog starts on the mat and he starts in that number 1 spot, it's gonna be really hard to get to him. However, if there's multiple gear locks hitting him at the same time before he has a chance to go again, that's different. But in solo, I was kind of up against it. I got bad luck. I rolled a ton of die at him and got all 1s when I just needed a few 2s, essentially, to get through to him. I also got hit hard multiple times on his Tyrant die, where it cuts my health in half. This play restored faith in static for me. I was losing faith in my first 2 plays, and this one really helped out. I really liked the build I had, and I thought it was really tight. If you played static, let me know what you think. Let me know how you would have built differently. I'd love to hear that. I'd also love to hear what you want to see next. I really appreciate the few of you that are out there actually watching me and commenting, and yeah, it keeps me going. These are a lot of work. I'm just getting started, and your comments, help me keep going and give me the incentive to spend the hours to make these videos. So I'm glad it's being recognized, at least by the few people out there. So I'd love to hear what you want to see next, and we'll get into it. Thanks again. I'm out.